Multiple offers, highest and best due. What does that mean, whether you're a buyer or a seller, and how do you get your offer accepted? Hi, this is Melissa Ballman with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Utah Homes by Melissa. Today we are talking about a situation of multiple offers in real estate and what does it mean when you're told to present your highest and best offer. What can you do to stand out as a buyer, and what options do you have? As a seller, what are you going to do if you get multiple offers on your property? There's a few different ways that you can handle that. So let's jump in and talk about multiple offers. Okay, so in the Utah market at the time of this recording, it is a seller's market, especially if you're under the $500,000 or under range. Really about up to about 400, 450. It's extremely competitive for buyers, and it is not unusual for sellers to see multiple offers on their property and buyers to have to compete against others. So let's talk about what that means. If you're in a multiple offer situation, as a buyer, that means you are going to be competing against other buyers who want the same property. And sellers can do something called a highest and best. And what that means is they put a notification out through their agent saying that they have multiple offers on the property, and each buyer who is still interested needs to submit their highest and best offer for them to decide on. Now, not all sellers do this. A lot of sellers I'm seeing just take one offer because they want to be done with it. They don't want to keep showing their house. They don't want to keep having offers pile in. So it's really up to each seller how they want to handle that. So if you're going into an extremely competitive home and you have to have it, your strategy might be best to do your highest and best from the get-go, because the last thing you want is to count on the seller saying, okay, we're gonna let everybody submit their highest and best offer, but then the seller doesn't do that and you've completely lost out. Maybe you were willing to pay $10,000 more for the house, but you just wanted to see what your first initial offer would be. Well, you just lost out on that house potentially. So keep that in mind when it comes time to looking at houses. Not saying that you have to do that on every home, but if there is one that you just absolutely love, make a competitive offer. Okay, so what does highest and best offer mean? Well, it depends on the seller. Let's say seller number one on property number one, their highest and best is they want a quick close. They want to next week close on a house, and they don't care if they take $5,000 less because it's a cash offer that can close next week. But seller number two wants to get the most possible money, and they don't care whether it's a cash loan, or not a loan, but cash, conventional loan, FHA loan. They don't care. They just want to see what the highest net is that they can get. So it takes some strategizing and some homework on a buyer's agent's part to get a better understanding of what's going to be important to the seller and not make assumptions. Just last week, I talked to a seller's agent who their seller wanted 6 to 8 weeks to move out. That was crucial to them. So imagine if I had gone in representing the buyer thinking that quick close was going to be the most important thing to them. That might have actually hurt my buyer more than help if I had not done that homework. Now, here in Utah, there are many different strategies you can use to be creative with making your highest and best offer. Don't think it's just bottom line. Maybe it's allowing the sellers to do a lease back. Maybe giving them more time to close is important. Maybe waiving your inspections or appraisal. There's so many different things that you can do. Now, I don't want to make a blank statement that you need to do any of those or that you should do one over the other, because every situation is so different of what you should do. But make sure you think outside the box on this if you're in a multiple offer situation to make it the most appealing to the seller. Now, this is an important part of the real estate process. So make sure you watch my video about selecting the right agent to make sure that they're creative and can get the job done if you are in a multiple offer situation. Of course, you can't win them all and that stuff's going to happen, but make sure that you check out my video. If you liked this video, hit subscribe. I drop a new video each Friday, and as always, make it a great day.